Okay, we're back. Hey, I'm on my personal page, so if you are viewing this, I'm Nikki Triunfo.
I'm Heather Clark.
Yeah, and we do live webinars where we talk about writing, and we're having problems with my author page, so we're here on my personal page.
Hello.
So if you just happen to know me and you're like, I don't like writing at all, then
move along.
Yeah, move
There's
along.
Nothing to see here.
But if you are a closet writer and secretly you've always wanted to write a novel, I think that this is fate telling you now's the time. Because this is how to plot your novel in 3 weeks or less, and this is the final webinar, and we are like halfway through. So we've already talked about persuading your audience using logic, credibility, and emotion, and we're going to go on to, and Heather's going to kind of cover this. These are the things that characters have to have in order for readers to like them.
And I need this from page 1. I really do, very fast. You don't have to give me all 3 of these on page 1, but I need to know, at least by its lack, your emotional need, right away.
When she says lack, it means if you don't have any love in your life, or if you don't have any confidence.
If your emotional need is to have love, then I need to see that you don't have love in the beginning.
And you don't need to say, I need to have love.
No, you can show me Harry Potter in the cupboard under the stairs with the spiders, and Evil Dudley, and then we know he needs family and love and all the things.
Right.
So give us the emotional need, and then the next thing you need to do is a stated goal. And the emotional need and then the stated goal is when you state, this is what I want to get. So it's a little more concrete.
Yeah, and that can happen within the first, say, 10 pages. It doesn't have to be right away, although it can be. It can be the first line. Mm-hmm. But this would be I don't feel popular. We know she's thinking this, even if she doesn't say it. And so by the end of page 10, she's like, but if I can just get a date to prom.
Right,
then
exactly.
I can feel better about myself.
Right, exactly. And then your concrete belief, your belief really there is what you think you have to do to meet that need, right? To get that goal. And that kind of goes along with the announced strategy that we've talked about a lot, where with your goal, you just can get a date to prom. Your announced strategy is going to be I will camp outside the boys' locker room every day until they notice me, or whatever, and that's not fun.
Or I'll hire the nerd to date me so that it looks like I'm cool, so that the other guy has to...
So that's your announced strategy, and then... and this is what you believe you really have to do to meet your needs. And writing for children I do, it's fun because they can believe it's entirely random things because they have very little power. So, and that's one of those leaps of belief.
And high concept things, I think your audience goes with you. They can believe a lot of really...
as long as you stay true to your rules.
Yeah, they can believe pretty complicated or out of the ordinary things. And literary things, they can believe really out of the ordinary too. It's just very literary. So yes, they believe that an Anasazi god has come and repossessed the soul of a blah blah blah, and it's all super complicated and whatever.
Because it's super beautiful and
people are willing to go with it. They want a story. I mean, it's fun.
It's true. Okay, and I really love the fourth thing that Nikki put on here. Your theme is the hypothesis statement of how the stated goal will fill the emotional need. So basically, somewhere and we've talked about how you need to have that theme stated in your beats sheet. You've talked about how you have to have it stated. You're basically making a statement. If I do this stated goal, it will fill my emotional need and everything will be fine. Right. And then really quickly here, themes can be proven or disproven. And that's what's going to mean, sometimes you're going to get to the end and you're going to find out that you were wrong. And I think a lot of the time you find out you were wrong.
Right. So popularity. Let's go back to the girl who says, if I get a date to prom, then I'll know that I was popular.
And I'll know I'm worth something.
Basically, the theme then is that popularity matters. Popularity is a road to happiness that she has to be on or she can't be happy. Right. And then at the end, your theme can either be proven or disproven. Maybe popularity is important for her a little bit, but not in the way that she thought, or maybe blah, 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 blah. Maybe popularity isn't important at all. Whatever it is that she learns. Right. And, okay.
That's really it.
We're not going to do a writing exercise on that because that's spend more time on it if you want to, but we're going to do that more in the homework.
Yeah, and if you're interested in the worksheet on this whole emotional mechanics of desire thing,
we'll put the link.
We'll put the link.
I'll put the link as soon as we're. Oh, we don't have anyone watching though. Our people didn't follow us. Okay, we're really sorry.
Oh,
no, it's live. It says it's live.
Okay, cool.
But we're really sorry but you can always watch it after the fact. So hopefully you're gonna watch it 5 minutes from now. So let's go on to the next writing exercise. So this is about the hook. Does the story pull the reader in and hold their interest?
I love this exercise.
I know.
I'm so excited to try it.
So, do you want to just read it?
Sure. It says, write what you'd like to advertise first about the book. The uniqueness of the character, the funny narrator, the rich setting, or the fast-paced plot. This is the tentative start place for your first chapter. And I was like, ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Nikki, for putting that together for me. Because that's really true. Like, what is it? What is it that has you hooked about this project? What is it that's making you, that's driving you to write it? And that you, if you're going to give your 2-second elevator pitch, like, how are you going to get that bit in so that they will know this is unique and special and awesome?
Right.
And then, what are you going to do to demonstrate that?
Right.
At
so
the
if
start
yours
of your
is like a super fast pace, like we were talking about space operas before. Do you know what a space opera is? That's like
Star Wars.
Yeah. That's like when you're flying around in space and you're like, you have enemies
in an operatic manner.
Oh, you're not singing. I don't know, why do you call it an opera?
I don't know.
I don't know, they just do. But anyway, it's like, you have enemies after you and you have to zoom around and blah, blah, blah. That's so funny, I never even thought about that. But anyway, if you were doing a space opera, it would be very logical to start your book with some space opera kind of so maybe your main character is going to get called on some mission, but you might want to start at the tail end of his old mission, and you might want to show him like zooming away from the villains and how he uses his hyper jump drive, all this cool stuff, and then
get us into what's most unique about it.
Totally, and what's most fun, what like sells it the most, and then have him like crash land into his home base or whatever, and then they say, it's so good that you're here because we have a mission for you that's so intense, and then that starts us right into the next thing. Or maybe he lands in his home base and the home base is gone and everyone's been murdered and it's terrible, But you want to start with, and so if you're not doing, sometimes I think that people want to put in a lot of action right away because they think that that's always necessary. If you're doing kind of a quieter, character-driven story, then go ahead and start with your character. If you're doing a romance,
but don't start by telling us that your character is a certain way.
Oh, right.
I just really think like what Nikki's put here as this exercise. So as you're going to sit down and start to advertise it, don't tell us what's unique about it. Show us.
Right. So for your writing exercise, I want you to look at my options here. If you don't have it, we'll put the link. But basically, what is it that you think is the most unique about your book? And how can you put us in a scene where people are talking or acting that shows us how unique the character is, or the setting is, or the fast-paced action?
She found us. Hi, Jennifer.
Yay! Thank you. I'm so happy. Sorry, it's not working very well. But anyway, thanks, Jennifer, and hopefully we can get Whitney too. I was having a hard time tagging her. But anyway, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go, Jennifer, and then do your thing, and we'll come back in like 5 or 10 minutes, and hopefully like 5 minutes, and hopefully we can get all our people. Okay.
Okay, and we have one final thing that's not even on the handout, so stay tuned.
Oh yeah, make sure you come to our last one because super important. Okay.